What's up? Oh yeah, Hyena got me a shirt. Look. It's got an anime girl on it. Well, that's weird. Look. It's got an anime girl on it. Well, that's being blocked by the mic. She says hi. How y'all doing? I also slightly readjusted the color balancing for my camera. I noticed while looking over my old videos that my face was really, really red. So I readjusted the colors a little bit. I should look 6 to 8% more Craigasm now, by my calculations. I don't know if that's... I'm not good at math, social science major, but it should be in that ballpark. Hey. Damn, you look beautiful. Goddamn right. I've got to compete with Hassan. This is a big day for streamers, you know, and the country, but also the, the elite YouTube streamers. Yeah, Hassan is 50K. That's phenomenal. Never to take away from that accomplishment. How y'all doing, folks? I can't tell you how excited I am. We are T-minus 59 minutes to that C-SPAN link going live. Of course, the fact that it's a presidential debate and not a primary debate means that the whole thing's being broadcasted by C-SPAN, which is a public network, which means we can live stream it on YouTube. Ain't that great? Absolutely. Hello, everybody. Can't tell you how happy I am to have you here. And so many people, too. Love you, folks. We are in for an exciting day today. Like a really, really exciting day. And for that reason, this stream is going to be a little bit different. First of all, there are a couple of things that I want to talk to you about before we actually get to the debate in 1 hour. Second of all, we might have to save donations for after the debate's done. Just being realistic about time allotments here. I meant to stream yesterday, but I ended up getting distracted. I got Project Veritas's. You guys know any emotes other than malarkey to indicate agreement or participation? Like a leaked, you know? I you know, again, this is like, you really have to run down the grapevine to find this one. But apparently, a very wealthy person with a lot of financial connections wasn't paying a lot in taxes. You know, I had a lot of faith in the system before this, you know? I'd wake up every morning, you know, I'd sing out the Pledge of Allegiance and, you know, a dulcet, and I'd think, yeah, the system works, you know? Donald Trump, I may not like the guy, but he definitely doesn't use his enormous wealth and privilege to cheat the system. And that's why this was just astonishing to me. I didn't even know. I honestly, I still don't even know what to say. I'll give you the basic breakdown. Basically, for 2016, 2017, and for, I believe, 10 of the past 15 years, Trump paid, like, $750. Like, he paid, like, nothing, basically. And by the way, I have to say, $750 paid is infinitely funnier than $0 paid, okay? Infinitely funnier. Paying nothing, you know, that's the classic one. Paying $750, I can imagine like Trump walking to the office of the IRS with a billfold with like enough 20s to put that across, slap it down on the desk and just like walk out, you know. That's the big brain shit right there, okay? Yeah, paying $750 is infinitely more insulting to the system than paying nothing. Personally, this to me seals the deal. Full accelerationist now. Based anarchist Trump defying the state better than I ever could. Listen, if I committed tax fraud, how much money would I be denying the IRS? You know, maybe, you know, what, you would get 100,000? I don't know. Trump denying the IRS their money, though. Man, he's squandering the government of millions. I wish I could be as committed to the anti-statist principles Trump represents as Trump does. There actually is some funny stuff here, though. If you look through the details, you can find really funny shit, like him deducting $70,000 for hairstyling. And, you know, people would, like, make fun of AOC for getting, like, a $200 haircut or something like that, you know? There's the whole, he's currently in, like, $400 million of debt. Yeah, hold on. The president could also face mounting financial pressures in the year ahead. The tax records show he's carrying a total of $421 million in loans and debt that are primarily due within 4 years. Most of that debt came from his I'll save you the time, failing businesses, because he's a shit businessman. Now, there are multiple ways you can handle this as a political commentator. So liberals will handle this like so. They'll look at that and they'll say, Trump's not even a billionaire. You know, I was talking with my Wall Street buddies, and they say they don't even like him. They wouldn't even invite him to brunch. He's not even a real billionaire. And that's great, you know, because that makes him so much more likable to his base. Thank you, Libs, as always, for doing the job of the conservatives for them. You know, the whole point was that he was supposed to be a maverick. When Libs talk about how he's, like, not accepted by Wall Street billionaires, you make him look better, not worse. You make him look much, much better. I don't want to elect a president who's accepted as, like, a member of a Wall Street cabal. No, what they want, you know, is the image of a president who's so, you know, daring and so controversial and so much of a maverick that he gets thrown out of these, you know, brunch soirees because his cock's too big or his balls are too big, or he comes too much, you know, stuff like that. And the issue is, we're giving him that when we do these narratives. The fact of the matter is, and here's the hot line, okay? Trump probably is hated by the Wall Street establishment, not because he's any different than them in any meaningful way, because they're all fucking idiots who got to where they were by like tripping over familial wealth and lucky contacts that they had to barely even work for, you know? It's because he's unlikable. He's just like a cringy dipshit. That's it. That's the reason he's different from them. It's they have you know, like a social graces he doesn't possess. You know what I mean? It would be like a fantasy anime, okay, an isekai, all right? And it's like, yeah, the ruling family has presided over Tyrannia for 8,000 years. The black sheep of the family, Jezebel, has been exiled for her ways being too different from the family. And you meet Jezebel, and the reason the tyrannical royal family kicked Jezebel out is because she shits herself at, like, a dinner, you know? She just can't stop shitting herself. Like, now, this is a form of, this is like being a maverick, you know, like, you are, but are we doing it in the right way? Perhaps not. Well, here's the serious answer. Wait, hold on. Gotcha, how you know. Okay, so serious answer is, the president of the United States being $500 billion in debt is a serious issue. It's a national security issue because it means that he could attempt to pay down those debts by offering favors to the people who own them. You never want to have a politician. That's a big donation. 420 weed number. Thank you so much. I'll get to that soon. You never want a president who's financially beholden to other powers. Remember the whole Russiagate thing? Like, everyone was wondering, you know, how much is Trump beholden to financial interests from Russia? And there's a legitimate concern there underneath all the liberal hysteria. You don't want a chief, you know, a commander-in-chief who's, you know, got fucking collection agencies after his ass. So that's a little bit, you know, it's a little bit dumb, a little bit silly. Oh, one of the funniest things that came through in this, by the way, was that apparently the only reason Trump was able to stay afloat through the financial crisis was because he got like a $70 million tax return from a law that Obama wrote, you know? So while Trump is like frantically tweeting about how Obama like eats his own doo-doo or whatever, he's also like, oh God, please, oh, get that legislation, oh, 70 million, oh God, yeah, please, anything to keep the lights on, you know? So it's... So thanks, Obama. This is the closest people have been to literally, you know, indicating Obama laid the material conditions for Trump presidency. Because it may well be the case that if it weren't for that law, the financial situation would have made it impossible for Trump to run for president. So thank you, Obama, for paving the way for the next generation of sociopaths to make their way through to the fucking White House. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, this is dumb as shit. I don't get... Actually, I'm sorry, listen. As tempting as it would be to just make fun of liberals for their coverage of this and for the overall... Because, again, we're lefties. We all knew he was cheating his taxes. Did anyone here think that wasn't the case? Not just because billionaires are terrible, but also because Trump is terrible. Like, overlapping. Like, we all knew that, right? Yeah, nobody here was blown away. Yeah, he bragged about not paying his taxes back when he was debating Hillary, didn't he? Yeah, like... So again, that's not exactly surprising. The funny thing, though, the funniest thing is the cope, the unbelievable, unfathomable, immeasurable cope from the Republicans. Holy shit. I wish I could beam into all the viewers here, into my computer screen, a collage of all the dumbass takes I've seen over the past 2-3 days. Oh my fucking god. First of all, how many conservatives have you seen say, liberals don't know how income tax works, with no further clarification, thus indicating they have no idea how it works either, you know? Conservatives are the people who don't understand how tax brackets work. So I'm not, yeah. How many times have you seen that one right there? How many times have you people seen, obviously, he's counting his losses from the previous year. Or they like randomly heard, they like vaguely remember hearing this from like an economics blog they read sometime back in 2017. So they, so they're just repeating it now. How many times have you seen, well, actually the funniest one was Trump himself when he said it was all fake news. Listen, Trump's entire presidency has been about delegitimizing the media, okay? That's been fucking numero uno, you know, main lay, number one shit he's behind. And you know what? You know what? If Trump released one page from his tax returns, from his 1040, whatever, anything, to show that the released New York Times leak was fake, it would be the greatest fucking boon to his presidency imaginable. Within 24 hours of the first presidential debate, he would have proven that the media are a bunch of biased blowhards that will lie and cheat and steal and do anything they can to smear his name. He's called it fake news, but ooh, the sad thing is, it's real, and he knows it, which is why he's not gonna release shit. I'm surprised he's not releasing like a Photoshop 1040 or something, you know? Or like he takes a 1040 and he fills it out and like puts his own signature. He's like, $1 trillion. And he's like, yeah, there you go. There you go. I did it. See, that's the real 2017. Yeah, he uses like MS Paint or something like that. But again, this has been the story of his entire presidency. It's Trump telling easily provable lies because he knows his base won't call him on it. And that, to be honest, has scared me about his presidency more than anything else that he's done. Because I think it contains within it the capacity to do greater evil than anything else. It's like the enabling force, you know? You could take, apart from him getting rid of the, you know, the Obamacare mandate, apart from the fucking concentration camps at the border, all the shit ICE has been doing, sending federal troops in, all of this is predicated on a willful disavowal of factual information on the part of his presidency, you know? A disdain, a neglect for truthful information. And this is just symptomatic of that, you know, further and further. Trump says this is fake news, but if it was, he would release the record and blow the media the fuck out, you know? It's a strategy that the Nazis used as well. There are plenty of choice quotes from Hitler on that one. If you get people used to believing the little lies, they'll believe anything. If you get people used to believing the big lies, you can get away with anything. So lying has always been a key cornerstone to his presidency, even about shit that doesn't matter. Like, remember the 3 million illegals? Remember the I have the biggest inauguration crowd in history? It doesn't matter if the lie is easily disprovable. It's about getting your audience to just buy it. And no conservative, by the way, gives a shit about any of this tax stuff. It's not going to affect Trump in the slightest, but it is a little bit funny. Go team. Oh yeah, and of course Biden revealed his taxes, and they're fine. They're normal taxes that you would expect, given the circumstances. Apparently I have to put slow mode on YouTube chat because you people are being, you people are roughhousing. All right. I'll do it, but only for my YouTube mods, okay? I'm very generous to you people. I'm very kind. Yeah, YouTube chat, cringing it up. You know how it is. All right, slow mode, 10 second. There you go. There you go. Also, 14,000 people. How lovely. Oh, what is the second thing? Didn't I say? I want to talk about Project Veritas. Button up the shirt I want to see. Dude, buttoning up shirts is lame. But all right. For my beloved partner, so we can make whole. You want to see the full thing? Yeah, yeah. The last slip. Slippy button. There you go. Okay, there you go. That's your... It is a cute shirt. We're doing unbuttoned, by the way. It's not up for debate. I don't know why you'd put that poll there. You look like a dad? I wish more dads wore, like, cute anime shirts, you know? Whew. To the bathroom that is not contained by your pants is about every single investigative undertaking. They, pardon me for unironically, there we go. Is Vosh gonna be able to show the debate? Yes, I can and will. Hold on, we've almost got this chat back on too. You got this. There we go. Well, it's not quite the same as having the emote roll by for everyone else, but at least the people actually participating in the website can see it just fine. There you go. Okay, we did it. We broke free. We broke free. We're in here, okay? All right? Stay strong.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
Whoa. All right, people. Who here knows what Project Veritas is? You guys know any emotes other than malarkey to indicate agreement or participation? Like hypers, perhaps? Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. Well, some of you do. Project Veritas is a investigative journalism in the same way that a bout of violent diarrhea on your way to the bathroom that is not contained by your pants is fine art. Project Veritas has been demonstrably, factually dishonest about every single investigative undertaking they have done. Some of them I have covered on my channel, some of them I have not. Now, pardon me for unironically crying fake news when Project Veritas does something, but you have to understand, when a conservative says fake news, what they actually mean is, this is uncomfortable for my narrative. I can't accept this. But when I say fake news, I mean it is factually not the case. Let's take a look. Ilhan Omar connected ballot harvester in cash for ballot scheme. Car is full of absentee ballots. My goodness, what's going on here?
James O'Keefe here in downtown Minneapolis at the scene of the crime. The person you're about to meet, Liban Mohammed, aka King Liban 1, boasts about the hundreds of absentee ballots in his car. This video is one of the first of its kind. A man self-incriminating himself, bragging about all the illegal ballot harvesting that he does.
Money is everything. Money is the king of this world. If you ain't got money, you should not be here, period. You know what I'm saying? Like is everything. Campaign like go with that. $1 you. You cannot campaign that. You gotta have an investment to campaign. You gotta have a fundraisers. You gotta have you gotta have the whole team. Numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie.
Okay, we're a minute in so far. We've apparently found groundbreaking evidence that Ilhan Omar has participated in an illegal cash for ballot scheme. And so far, we have a video of a guy in a car saying money is needed to win elections. Okay.
والو كلا بحي سماع ماشي هذا وين وجنرالات إذا ما حكامين يسوي سيدا على السلطان يا إلهي هات الشغل واس.
You may notice that so far nothing has happened.
سقطها هذا ساك 6 بامبلوني إلهي هات نوانا ونوتشي ده عندنا ووتشي ده وإيه ورئيس سعدي هو بحنا. Toyna mine still hustling. Toyna mine still hustling.
I think he was both Ilhan Omar and Jamal, but I think he was more with Ilhan Omar. My name is Omar, O-M-A-R, Jamal, J-A-M-A-L. I'm right now.
This man right here, Omar Jamal, is one of those real honest-to-God turncoats. He's one of those, hey, listen, guys, us Somali people, we're pretty dangerous, you know? We could all be suicide bombing people any day now, so we need to take an extra super close look. We need to keep a real close eye on us people, you know? His political brand, as I understand, is completely oriented around promoting fear-mongering for conservatives against Middle Eastern people.
Now, part of the Ramsey County Sheriff's Office, but also I'm the chair of the Somali Watchdog Group, and I have been involved in the community for the last 20 years.
the Somali watchdog group that he is referring to was formed after the filming for this video began. As in, that watchdog group was created for the purpose of producing this video.
Omar Jamal is the latest brave Project Veritas insider to come forward and expose a voter fraud scheme in Minnesota that will shock you.
Well, I want to be part of this investigation because of ongoing election fraud that we feel that we should bring to the attention of everyone. Therefore, chances are we can do something about it.
When we spoke with Omar Jamal, he actually repeated our PV insider motto, be brave.
Do something about it.
Omar Jamal secretly recorded conversations with the players involved in the voter fraud scheme to expose the criminal behavior he says is victimizing his own community and the integrity of the election process.
Getting bored. When do they actually get to the accusation?
There was video. You can see the video. There was a video out and about that he has the ballots in his car. Right. And talking about the only way you can win is with money.
She uses money, and he's one of many people. He's not the only one who works for her. He was talking to
That, I shit you not, this is actually the information that they're using to suggest that Ilhan Omar is engaging in a cash for ballot scheme. There was a video of a guy with ballots in his car saying you need money to win elections. So he's ballot harvesting, yes? Well, what he was doing was legal in the state of Minnesota. In Minnesota, it is legal to collect ballots on behalf of other people to deliver them. That's legal. There's absolutely nothing shown in this video at any point that can be demonstrated is illegal. You can watch the entire video if you want. I was going to do that, and now I'm 4 minutes in, and I'm desperately bored. This video is nothing. It's absolutely nothing. Like, it's less than nothing. They found a video of a guy talking about how money is needed to win political campaigns. In one day, this video has gotten 1 million views. It's been discussed on mainstream media. Unbelievable. But information debunking Project Veritas was coming out hours after Project Veritas released this video. Infinitely more interesting to me is not Project Veritas and their obvious disinfo, but rather a certain individual who then immediately went to legitimize it. We go now live to the scene of Tulsi Gabbard's Twitter page. Project Veritas offers further evidence of the need to ban ballot harvesting. It's not a partisan issue. It's been abused to help both R&D candidates both in North Carolina and California. Please help by telling your congressional rep to pass our bipartisan bill, H.R. 8285. Tulsi! Citing Project Veritas, which has demonstrably lied about everything they've ever done. It's provable. Everything they do. You can find factual inaccuracies. Tulsi Gabbard citing them as evidence in favor of legislation. That is insane. I've made jokes about Tulsi before about how all of her weird, grifty, anti-Democrat bullshit was securing her a position at Fox News at the end of the day. I don't know if she's going to be signaling to fucking QAnon soon. Listen. There is a reason why far-right people like Tulsi. There's a reason for that. The fact that reason... Oh, Rip Shuan in chat. The fact that far-right people like Tulsi isn't evidence that Tulsi herself is far-right, but is rather evidence that there is something different about Tulsi that distinguishes her from the other Democratic candidates. It's not that Tulsi is super-duper extra anti-establishment lefty, because if that was the case, far-right people would like Bernie Sanders. See? Because when it comes to anti-establishment progressivism, Bernie Sanders had a lockdown on that election cycle. So what is it exactly about Tulsi Gabbard? Was it Tulsi Gabbard being an anti-interventionist? Well, Tulsi Gabbard said she wanted troops out of the Middle East, but so did everybody else. And additionally, Tulsi Gabbard said she was a war hawk when it came to anti-terrorism. Tulsi Gabbard she would constantly talk about her military service. She would constantly talk about how she had no intention of ending drone strikes and participating in wars of conflict, Middle East, so on. So, yeah, is it because she's anti-establishment? I mean, she's pretty nationalistic. Why exactly did far-right people like Tulsi? Well, the answer to that is pretty clearly because she signals to the far-right all the fucking time. Her entire past is riddled with these weird, grifty, the Dems are better than Republicans, but I'm not siding with the Dems because they're not good enough, but I'll work with the Republicans bullshit. From the impeachment vote on Trump to condemning Trump to her entire history of doing this this weird, like, there's a higher level of anti-establishment that Dems and Republicans can work towards together, that I'll constantly then kind of signal alliance with the conservatives, even though the Democrats are demonstrably better in that respect than the Republicans are. And Tulsi Gabbard's fans are fucking lunatics. Having spoken to a fair number of them myself, they believe in this myth of, well, they pretend to, of apolitical anti-establishmentarianism, which doesn't happen. There's no such thing. You can be anti-establishment for a wide number of reasons. You can be anti-establishment because you think the establishment is run by Jews, and you can be anti-establishment because you think the establishment is being run by corrupt plutocrats whose wealth needs to be redistributed to the proletariat. Stupid people can't tell the difference between these two claims. The underlying values, however, are very, very, very different. And every Tulsi Gabbard fan I've ever seen, whether it be Jimmy Dore, a fucking idiot who I am surprised is capable of remembering which direction to look in when he speaks on camera, to Kim Iverson, one of those Democrats and Republicans are the same, but actually I'm going to lie about everything the Democrats do and are, and then positively represent Trump in some weird effort to simp to conservative viewers. Go check Jimmy Dore's comment section, by the way. It is literally just full of people shit-talking Dems and nothing else, okay? To those, that dumb fuck, Nico House, that fucking Bernie or Buster I talked to, who I could only assume that that guy was talking to me via Bluetooth, because the idea of that guy being able to operate a computer, like with both hands operating a mouse and keyboard at the same time, actually like, I actually can't believe he's capable of that, like, you know, motor skill. So I can only assume there was some sort of voice-activated medium through which he was speaking to me, like he was using Bluetooth, or maybe he had an aid. I have no idea. Tulsi Gabbard really is just a fucking blight on the political process. It seems like she's done nothing but garner this, like, a politically, at best, ineffectual and at worst destructive fan base. I can't think of anything worthwhile she's actually done herself. I know she's going to be on PragerU soon. You don't need to tell me she's going to be on PragerU soon. I know she's going to be on PragerU soon. I know she's going to go on Tucker Carlson sometime soon and talk about how the elites and the establishment aren't being dealt with appropriately by Joe Biden or the Democrats. I know she's going to do all these things. What's the connecting tissue here? Is it the Islamophobia? Because I'm pretty sure Tulsi Gabbard is pretty Islamophobic. Is she actually, did Hillary Clinton, the broken clock, strike correct? Is she a fucking honeypot Russian agent backflipping into the United States of America to sow political discourse? I don't know. And frankly, I don't really care at all. I just don't understand how people still take her seriously. I genuinely don't know. Yeah, Hindu nationalist supports Modi. Yeah. You got the weird. There's so much weird stuff in her background. I don't know. Whatever the case may be, just here, listen, this is a really, really, really good political litmus test for you guys in the future. Anytime you're thinking of talking to a person, okay, all you need to do, if a person starts talking about how they're an anti-establishment political activist and how they hate the elites and how the Dems and Republicans are the same, okay, you need to ask them if they support Tulsi Gabbard, okay? And if they support Tulsi Gabbard, you need to run away as fast as you can, because I have never met a person who supports Tulsi Gabbard who has had anything even approximating a good take on any issue. The fact that chat has just nonstop been talking about the fact that she's hot really does indicate we're a lot of, this is where female privilege comes from, okay? All men are kings, but are we treated like it? Absolutely not, no. If some sort of weird, grifty, fascist-aligned dipshit tried to sell himself as a progressive like Tulsi Gabbard has, you all would go, oh, no, you don't have hunter eyes, your carthedonal tilt is off. But if it's a femoid with appropriately proportioned facial genetics, then you go, oh, please step on me, mistress. You're right. The Democrats and the Republicans are just as bad if you make up shit about the Democrats and lie about the Republicans. That's totally, you're completely right. Please appear on PragerU. I'll subscribe to their Patreon if it means I get to see you on there. Squad W. Squad W. Get him out of here. Go. Get him out. What about Shu? Shu's cool.